Hey, mamas, welcome to another episode of Confessions of a Small Biz Mama. My name is Kristen Ingram. I am a small biz mama. I am the mom of a little. I run two businesses. My husband's at home helping me on this journey, and we're just trying to live the best life that we can. And I hope that you are too. And so that's why I do this podcast to help you come up with new ideas, new ways of thinking about how you can run your small business. And hey, listen, did you know that a small business is any business with less than $25 million in annual revenue? Yeah, there's a lot of small businesses out there, and we all need a little bit of help. So let's dive right in. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about updating your schedule. I know the kids have been in school for a little while now, but maybe you have trouble kind of getting into the groove of fall. I know, listen, I got to tell you, so this is my first fall in Florida. Okay. And so it is still like 85 degrees. It is gorgeous outside. Like, I am having a really hard time adjusting to the fact. Now, I'm recording this in September, okay? I'm having a really hard time adjusting to the fact that it's fall, okay? It is officially fall, and I am like not there at all. And I'm thinking like, okay, it's almost Halloween. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's almost Christmas. Holy cow, like we need to get going. And so listen, if you are stuck, you're probably hearing my son in the background. If you're feeling stuck, if you're having trouble getting into the groove, your schedule might need a reality check, okay? You might still be operating on a summer schedule. And so I think my son is still operating on a summer schedule. And so I think I want to just give you three things to think about with your schedule so that you can have a schedule that reflects your reality. Okay. And you listen, I do this multiple times a year. So I usually do this. I do this in the fall. I do this after the holidays, because after the holidays, tax season starts, my schedule gets a little bit busier. And so I do another one kind of basically for January. And then I do another one for the summer. Okay. And so I usually do this exercise about 3 times a year. Okay. And I think for a lot of parents, I think you at least need to do this twice a year, maybe once when the kids go back to school and then once for summer. Okay. And I think you may also need to do this too, like if you've got breaks. Okay. So when you've got Christmas break, you might have spring break with your kids. And so you kind of need to manage expectations. Okay. And so the first thing I want to think about is I want you to be realistic about the time that you have. And so I would love for you you could do this in Excel, you can do this on a piece of paper, you can do this in Google, but block off the time that is taken in your day. Okay. And you're like, well, Kristen, I don't know, because every day is different. Okay. There are certain things in your day that are the same every single day, right? So if your kids are in school, if you pick up your kids, the time you have to pick up your kids is the same every single day. The time you have to bring them to school is the same every single day. Okay. Maybe your kids have activities every single week and they've got practices. Those are typically the same. Or if they're in classes, dance class, martial arts class, whatever class they're in, those are typically the same. We don't give enough credit, I think, for how stable our schedules really are. Okay. There are lots of things that are the same every single day. And I think typically what we do is we call those anchors, right? And so what I do, like my anchor during the day is my lunchtime. My lunchtime is pretty much the same time every single day within like 15 minutes. Okay. And so that's the anchor in my day. Your anchor might be the pickup time for school for your kids or drop off time. for your school, for your kids. Okay. And that's the thing that you anchor, right? That's the anchor in which all of your other plans for the day are made. Okay. And so I want you to kind of block off like, okay, and listen, don't like, I think one of the mistakes that we make is that we put things in the calendar, we don't account for things like drive time, right? So we're like, okay, 1:30, I have to pick up the kids, but you don't leave at 1:30, you probably have to leave at 1:00, right? Or 1:15. So block off the time you need to stop working, right? To be able to get in the car, to get the car to the children, to pick up the children. Okay. I know it's funny because when Eric was really little, I would just put like his doctor's appointments, my doctor's appointments. And I realized like, I always feel like I'm so rushed. And what I started to do is I started putting in like, this is what time I have to stop working to get in the car to drive there. And all of a sudden, like I felt so much more relaxed. I felt so much less rushed because I had built in, I wasn't, going, oh my God, I need to leave right now. Right? I had it all blocked off in my schedule. I had breathing room to make sure that I could get to where I needed to go. Okay. So be really, really realistic about what's already on your schedule. Okay. Then make sure that you look, so I do this in my Google Calendar and I make things recurring so that a lot of my week is like already planned out before I even sit down, right, to look at the week. And so make those pickup appointments recurring, make the ballet class recurring, make all that recurring. Okay. Now I know it's funny because I just talked about low tech solutions, right? Now I'm talking about my Google Calendar. My Google Calendar, if you didn't hear last week's episode, it was all about low tech solutions, okay, that help me be productive. But when I'm trying to figure out where I need to be, I'm using my Google Calendar. So remember, I said Google Calendar for tracking long term. I'm using low tech paper to track the day, okay? And so I'm putting all my reoccurring activities. Like I have my lunch. My lunch is reoccurring indefinitely forever. And if it changes, I can move it. That's the cool thing with using Google Calendar, iCalendar, Outlook Calendar, whatever calendar you want to use that's online. But you can make this all recurring every single day. If you guys want me to do a video on this, go to askkristen.net, askkristen with 2 I's.net, and say, can you please make us a video on YouTube for how to create our recurring calendars? Okay, and I will totally do that for you guys. Okay, all right. So make sure that you're realistic about the time you actually have. Put in everything that you can think of that has to be in your calendar. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go back and I want you to put in time for the holidays. Okay. We are always like less productive during the holidays. So do you need time to shop online? Make sure you put that in your calendar. I kid you not, like you have to do this or else it's not going to get done. Are there grocery shopping? Are you taking days off? Okay. You need to decide, are you going to work the day before Thanksgiving? Are you going to work Black Friday? Are you going to work that weekend? Because you need to start blocking this time off so that you know what time you actually have. Okay. What's your plans for the December holidays? Right? What are you doing for Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah? What are you doing for Christmas if you celebrate Christmas? What are you doing kids' vacation week? Don't forget vacation week if you've got kids in school. Okay. So let's be realistic. Let's look at our calendar for the rest of the year. Okay. And let's start blocking things off. So I will tell you, and this is really funny. We do this every single year. So the week between Christmas and New Year is pretty crazy around here because it's Christmas. Then the 27th is my birthday and Eric's birthday, my son Eric. Okay. So we share a birthday. And then New Year's. Okay. We also typically do a promotion for bookkeeper training school that week. And so it is insane crazy. But the thing I know is that because it's the holidays and because it's, my birthday and Eric's birthday, that we need to have everything done before that week. So really the only thing that I'm doing that week is I'm going live, I'm answering questions. But like, we're not designing, we're not, because we're doing family time. And so we need to be really realistic about what time we're going to take off, when we're going to go live. And we literally just sat down. Remember I said I'm recording this episode at the end of September. We literally went through and did our entire launch schedule for December. We just sat down and did that and said, okay, so what days are we going to do this? What days are we going to do that? What days are, we going to be off? What do we have to do beforehand so we can take those days off? And when you start doing that, when you're realistic about the time that you have, the holidays, the time you want to take off, it is just, it's incredibly motivating that you're like, okay, if I want to do this, then I have to get this other stuff done. And so, it's really funny because, so I'm going through, I'm recording all these I'm doing a ton of recording today. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to be super productive this morning so I can do my planning this afternoon, right? Finish up some personal planning. Cause I'm doing this for me today. And, because this weekend I want to go back to Disney. And so we're like, okay, if we're going to go to Disney this weekend, then Mama needs to get all her planning done today so that she doesn't have to, because normally Sunday is my planning day. And so I want to get my planning done today so that I can enjoy going to Disney. Okay. So it's funny because when you know your why and you're planning and you've got that time off and you see that time off in your schedule and you're like, okay, so once you have, right, once you're realistic about your schedule, you've got the holidays, you've got the time off, I want you to look at that and I want you to use that to motivate yourself to determine what are the most important things that you need to get done so that you can have that family time, you can have that holiday time, you can have that rest time. Please build in some rest time at the holidays because they're so stressful. And then what I want you to do is I want you to get those things on your schedule. So think about, okay, so what is the client work I need to get done? What's the marketing I need to get done? What promotions am I going to do this holiday? Let's get all of that stuff on the schedule right now so that you can start running it. Okay, what are all of those things you need to get on the schedule right now? Okay, because I'm a big believer in what gets scheduled gets done. Okay, if you are not getting done the things that you want to get done, try scheduling them. And we have this running joke in bookkeeper training school that I tell people, I'm like, look, if you don't want to put working or, my calendar says deep work, that's when I am all my notifications are off. My notifications are off on my phone. My notifications are off in Slack. All my computer notifications are off, hopefully. I haven't seen anything pop up, so we'll see. I am focused in on what I'm doing, whether it's recording or generating content or whatever I'm doing, I am super locked in, right? And so, but that's what deep work means on my calendar, right? Is that everything is off. Don't bother Kristen. She's in the zone. If you don't want to put that in, put meeting with Kristen. You're meeting with me. Right? Whether you're working on bookkeeper training school, whether you're building your business, whatever it is, you could be, whatever it is, if you want to book a meeting with me, book a meeting with me. I would love to see thousands of women all over the country that have meeting with Kristen on their calendar on a regular basis. And if you do that, snap a picture and tag all Kristen Ingram. Okay. Cause I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. Okay. Tag me in your post, okay? Whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook, all Kristen Ingram, tag my page. I would love to see that, okay? So if you are using meeting with Kristen as your, as your block time, that'd be so cool. I'd love to see it, okay? But determine what tasks are most important and get those on your schedule, okay? For the rest of the year. Okay, let's finish this year strong, right? Let's get what we need to get done on the schedule, okay? And this works, listen, this works for all times of year. If you want to do like 2 months at a time, 3 months at a time, I like doing a quarter, okay, which is 3 months. So I like doing, October, November, December. Okay. Whenever you're listening to this, do the rest of the quarter. So if you're listening to this in January, say, I'm going to do January, February, March, and I'm just going to block off my schedule. I'm going to block off the obligations I know I have. And then I'm going to figure out what I can get done in the remaining time. This, I'll tell you, this is one of the things, this was game changing for me when I started doing this. Because first of all, notice that I'm having you schedule your life first, right? And then you're working your business around that. I am a really big believer that your business, your busy work, your admin junk will expand to fill the time you give it. So when I am in my office, like my goal is to be in my office as little as possible. And what I find is that if I give myself 2 hours or I give myself 6 hours, I'm probably going to get the same amount done. And you're like, well, Kristen, how's that possible? The longer I'm in my office, the less productive I get. But if I'm in short, targeted 2 or 3 hour bursts, I can get a lot done in a morning. I can get a lot done in a targeted afternoon. If I know what the rewards are, if I know why I'm here, right? So when I'm sitting there drilled in today that I'm going to Disney on Sunday, right? And so I need to get as much done as I can today so that I can enjoy Sunday. And so when I'm dialed in on that, when I'm really thinking about what the rewards are, and if you're not rewarding yourself for all your hard work, honey, please get that on your schedule. Okay. Whether it's quality family time, it's something for you, it's rest, it's reading, whatever you need to recharge and reward yourself for the hard work you're doing, please do that. Please. Okay. I really, 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 really want to see that for you. Because doing all this hard work is not worth it if you're not seeing any rewards for it. Okay. So, and they don't have to be monetary rewards. They could be like, hey, I'm going to go to the library and get this book I really want to read. And I'm going to give myself the time to do it. I'm going to take a nice, long, hot shower. I'm going to go for a walk with my kids. I'm going to ask somebody to watch my kids so I can go for a walk by myself. Okay. But find something that is for you and make sure that that is on your schedule as well. But for me, I'm telling you, this whole process is just, it's been game changing for me and for the amount that I can get done in short periods of time so that I can, we moved to Florida to have an awesome life. And the last thing I want to do is spend all of that time in my office. Like, it is gorgeous outside right now. And I'm thinking, okay, how can I get all this work done by 4:00 so I can go swimming with Eric and with Jeff? That sounds like a good plan. So that's what I want to see for you. So be realistic about the times you have. Be realistic about the holidays and the times you need off. Determine the most important tasks and get those on your schedule right now, because what gets scheduled gets done. All right, mamas, love you so much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. If you ever want to submit questions, if there are things you want to hear me talk about, you can go to askkristen.net. That's askkristen, Kristen's with 2 I's.net. Fill out the form, and that content can become a future podcast episode or a future Facebook Live. All right, mamas, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Small Biz Mama with Kristen Ingram. If you'd like to learn how to create more margin in your life, please visit us at smallbizmama.com. That's smallbizmama.com.